Yeah, hi there. This is Michael from the 7-Step System to pass the TOEFL IBT. I am the founder, the owner, and the materials writer of all your lessons. And this is a very good speech. I liked what you were doing, and one of your really, really strong points in the very beginning, of course, it says your friend doesn't know what to study at the university. What will you advise him to do? So you restated that exactly. You said something like, well, if my friend doesn't know what to study, I would advise him to talk to a counselor. That was really, really smooth how you did that, and you gave reasons how the counselor can help him, or reasons why the counselor can help him. Also, in one part of the speech, you said, as far as I know, which is an expression that we sometimes use when we're speaking to indicate uncertainty. And that is a very natural sounding type expression, something that only native speakers really know how to use. So you're demonstrating, I think, in this speech, a very strong, I think, natural sounding type vocabulary and grammar that's really going to help you, I think, a lot in terms of your score here. And I think that this speaking task here would be right around 3.33 out of 4 or 26 points out of 30. Good organization, good details, good control of your grammar, your language use, your delivery not bad. Be careful, every now and then you might be forgetting to pronounce one of your S endings, but your intelligibility is not affected really much by how you say what you say. Again, your score is 26 out of 30 on this particular speaking task. Now, I would just want to give you a little bit of instruction near the end of the video here on using what's called infinitives versus using gerunds. Using noun clauses. Let me give you two examples. You could say, I would suggest him, or I would suggest my friend to speak to a counselor, right? So it is possible to use an infinitive there. Now there's another bit of grammar you might not be sure about. I'm just going to show you the possibility of what you can do. You can say this, I would suggest that my friend talk to a counselor. In this case, we're using suggest, and because it's a verb of urging, you use that, and in the that clause, you want to use what's called subjunctive. Now remember here, Christy, it doesn't really matter if it's present or past. What if I said this, I suggested that my friend talk to a counselor? It kind of means I suggested that my friend should talk or should speak to a counselor. So when we're using the subjunctive tense, we can use what's called the base form of the verb in the that clause. Now what you want to remember is there are certain verbs, Christy, verbs of urging that require or urge somebody to do something. Let me give you some examples. Recommend, require, urge, stipulate, advise, suggest, these kinds of verbs. So with these verbs, if you do choose to use a noun clause, you want to make sure you keep that verb in the noun clause in the base form. Now, it's not that you are using incorrect grammar, nothing like that. I'm just showing you an alternative, a different form of grammar that you can also use in your speaking and in your writing. And remember, for the TOEFL speaking, it's good that you use a combination of both basic and more advanced grammar structures, and that demonstrates to the IBT human raters that you have very, very good experience or exposure with the English language. Again, congratulations on scoring 26 points on this particular practice test.